was that for? What was the point of that? Imagine they start playing the national anthem. finally come over here? It's so lonely over there.
question?
Yes.
Do you want to know your question before we start?
Yes.
What do you enjoy most about watching our basketball team? Tell me when you know your answer.
I'm ready.
Okay, ready? Yep. What do you enjoy most about our basketball team?
We have a bunch of really good kids who play hard and are proud to be from our high school. So it's fun to watch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what my client says. Just start laying around. might not remember this, but he was talking about this 7th grade girl. He didn't know it was a 7th grader. And Evan just went on a date with her like 2 weeks ago. It was the same girl.
Oklahoma
I told him.
University
I
High
told him.
School.
I told him the
He would
ball.
like to thank his coaches,
I told him the
Jake
ball.
Dean and Andrew Krause, for always being the reason behind his
No,
basketball
regional.
success. Further, he would like to thank his mom, dad,
He hit
girlfriend,
1,000
and the
points
rest of
last
his
year.
family for pushing him to be better. Finally, he would like to thank all of his current and his teammates
We
for
should
their
cheer really
influence.
loud for Landon.
Our third senior basketball player is Landon McGinnis. Landon is the son of Angela McGinnis and David McGinnis. Landon has been a member of the high school basketball team for 3 years.
You look over like.
After graduation, he plans to attend UIS to get his bachelor's degree
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Illini Central, the home of the Illini Central Cougars. You are looking live at the Cougar Den, affectionately named by the late, great Hall of Fame coach John Giesler, two-time Hall of Fame coach John Giesler, in there as a coach, as well as with the team of the 2013 team. I am Tony Worley, broadcasting to you, for you, from the Alan Stout broadcast booth. Alan Stout, a dear friend of mine, passed away 2 years ago of brain cancer. He loved Illini Central more than any person I've met in the 23 years of being at Illini Central. He bled black and gold even when he went down to be an SIU, SIUE Cougar, and then even when he was living just outside of St. Louis, working for the St. Louis Cardinals. He loved this school. He loved this place. I love him to death. Miss him every day. And he helped me become he helped me get the Illini Central Sports Network where it is today. I had a compliment earlier this evening from someone about they hadn't listened to a broadcast before, and they were listening the other day and were saying how good it was, and I couldn't do what I'm able to do without my dear friends' advice. So tonight I'm bringing to you the final regular season game. We have a regional game on Monday, but tonight we finish up the Sangamo Conference season. We finish up the regular season as we welcome in the Riverton Hawks with a record of 15-11. The Cougars have a record of 11-17 coming into this game. It's the Sangamo Conference. Late in the year, they moved all the games. Every Sangamo game is at the end of the year now. So that's tough. Conference is tough. It's always been tough. So we're looking forward to tonight. We're going to try to build some momentum. We're going to work on some things. We're down a starter, so that's going to affect us. And then we get ready for Monday. Monday is when it really starts. Everybody goes back to 0-0 on Monday, and you can see what happens. So we got about a minute to go before the national anthem and the school song, so I'm going to step away for a second, and I'll be right back to give you the starting lineups and get this game underway. I'll say it again. I've said it all year long. Mr. Damon, our band director, along with Mr. Castillo, also in the music department. They are fantastic. They've done a great job. I got my volume turned up too loud, sorry. They are we're so blessed to have them, and they've done a great job all year long, and it's great to have the band, a pep band, and really, really appreciate what they do for us. So let's meet the starting lineups for the visiting Hawks. Where did my pin go? There it is. Number 2, Cashton Bliven. Graydon Hartlub is number 4. Number 5 is Julian Rice. Number 10, Colton Johnson. And number 30, Ethan Giberson. Now let's meet the Cougar starting lineup. And we're going to start all seniors tonight. It worked out well. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that where you can. Little surprise for the boys here. And it didn't work out. She had something planned. It didn't happen, unfortunately. But Hank Nance gets to start number 23. Landon McGinnis, number 22. Number 3, Ryder Claypool. Parker Umbach, number 33. And number 2, Brody Folks gets to start. Mrs. Bauer had something planned for the guys. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out. It was a neat thing. They would have been really excited about it. Unfortunately, she didn't get a hold of the tech guy and Mr. Bunner soon enough, and they could have probably helped pull that off. But anyway, she did a good job. Let's get this basketball game underway. Like I said, last regular season game. I'm up here by myself. I'm running the camera. I'm calling the game. I'm running the computer, all that good stuff. If you were watching the JV game, at least early on one time, the camera froze. If that does it to me again, please bear with me. I'll get it fixed. Something I've yet to figure out what happened. So Riverton gets the tip. Number 4, that is Graydon Hartlub with the ball up top. Over to Rice on the right wing. Back to Hartlub. Over to 2, that's Bliven, Cashton Bliven. If you've not watched any of our broadcasts before, it takes me a minute to get names with their players. Obviously, I know mine, or ours, sorry. That's number 2, again, Bliven. Going to run a little offense here, trying to see what we're in. That's 2 for a 3. Off, rebound down to Ryder Claypool. And Ryder will bring it up. Ooh, they're going to call, ooh, that was a quick foul there on Hartlub. Get my camera back. Gosh, after watching basketball all year long, all season long, that's a really, if we're going to call that, that's going to be to our advantage, I think. Parker drives, dumps it into Ryder. It's too hard of a pass from as close as they were to each other. The ball's out front to 30, Giberson, and he finishes. And Parker's going to bring it up. That's the strategy from Coach Burke. So I was a big guy bringing it up. He's being guarded by number 10, Colton Johnson. He was trying to run some offense. Too much standing right now. Hank shoots a 3, and it goes in. Hank hits the 3, and it's 3-2 in favor of Illini Central. Ooh, that's going to be an illegal screen by Ethan Giberson. No reaction from Coach Hartlub, so he didn't necessarily disagree with it. So like I said, we're going to have Parker bring it up. That's a strategy to maybe keep, if they've got terrific defensive guards, is what I've been told. This is my obvious first time seeing them play. You can't put the ball in front of somebody. I don't know how Ryder ended up with that. May have been the soccer in his background. Number 10 goes up and finishes. 10 is Colton Johnson. Like I said, it'll take me a minute to get names. Parker, if he's going to bring it up, that's fine. but he can't cross over in front of somebody. He's got to use his body to protect the basketball. That's not a bad strategy. That's 3 fouls in 2 minutes. Good job by Hank. Good job by Landon in there. And we'll get Carter Flaherty back in for the first time, and Preston Clark. Those are two sophomores. And it's 4-3 in favor of Riverton. Get it into Carter. We had trouble the other night crossing over in front of good defensive guards. We better have learned our lesson against the Illini Bluffs. Preston Clark with it. Goes to the top. Off to Carter Flaherty. Brody gets a good look for a three. It rims out. Rebound down to Johnson. He's going to give it off. Here's Julian Rice. I've heard a lot about him, and that's why he hits that three. I don't remember him from 2 years ago when he would have been here in the Cougar Den. Cabes would have been calling that game with me. Oh, nice back cut. Ryder unfortunately used his dribble, so he can't. Guy's got to move. There's quick hands by Johnson. I'll move the camera, and unfortunately I'll have it at the wrong end as we come back this way. Flaherty with it. Preston Clark off the glass. No. Rebound down, and they are running like you can't believe. That's Gibberson. I couldn't remember his name when he was guarding, and then I just came into my head. This is Rice. Right, Rice is 5. Drive baseline, up and finish is Johnson. We need a basket, and we need one in the worst way on this trip here. And again, there's probably people in the gym wondering why Parker's bringing it up. Well, the defensive pressure that they bring is intense. Ryder, be aggressive. Kick out. Oh, nope. There he throws it into Parker. Got to finish, and he does. Now we got to come to this end and get a stop. One nice thing about getting a basket beyond the points is it makes them have to slow down just a little bit because they've got to take it out of the net. If they get a steal, they can just really run out. That's a nice pass. Better defense. Brody Folks with it. He needs to jump stop, maybe go up and finish, and he's got a nice one. And Brody's off to a good start with a quick 2 there. Illini Central hanging in there. Over here to number 2. That's Bliven. Bliven gives it up to 4. Hartlib up top. Back to Bliven. He'll shoot a 3. It's off. Johnson gets the long rebound. Johnson's going to go up with a little elbowish jump shot. Misses it. Rebound down to Preston Clark. And we'd like to slow down a little bit. We don't want to get into a track meet, especially without Dom out there. Dominic Blair, a sophomore, starting point guard. Got to do a better job of taking it where you want it to go. Will Durbin checks in for Carter Flaherty. Carter played the entire JV game. This will be a 30-second timeout for the Hawks. As I mentioned, this is the last regular season game of the year. And regionals start Monday for both of us. We both are fortunate enough to get to host a first-round regional game. And that's better than going on the road. Especially for us, we play Camp Point Central. That's about 2 hours away from us. Sorry, I seemed distracted. I was starting the huddle camera that I didn't start so the coaches can get their stats. Or at least Coach Hart. That's a nice move by Ryder, and he finishes. That's good. Like to see the aggressiveness from Ryder. Sometimes I think he's too passive for whatever reason. And with only this game and one more guaranteed in your high school career, you just as well go out playing as hard as you can, being aggressive. Gibberson in the corner to 20, who's checked in. I'll check his name in a second. That's Julian Rice off. Will Durbin rips the rebound down, gives it off to Brody Folks. That's that. Of all the little things they've called, that probably was more than some of the other stuff. Number 20 is Tyler Meyer. Number 12, James Stevens checks in. So Stevens comes in for Giberson. And I didn't catch who Meyer got. I'll figure it out in a second. That might be the quickest 5 seconds I've seen. Maybe I didn't see how quickly they handed the ball to him, but holy smokes. I'm bad at math, but I can count to 5, I promise. Riverton with the ball. Up top to Stevens. Stevens back over to Meyer, looking to get it inside to Johnson. Back up top to Rice. In the corner is Stevens. He drives. We don't help quick enough, but luckily he misses it. Will with a big rebound. Something Will Durbin's going to have to do as he goes into his senior year. We're going to really need him to pick that up. Good time to start now. Brody Folks gets it. He was getting ready to shoot before he had it, but he tracked it down. That's almost a steal by Hartleb. Brody Folks gets face guarded on a nightly basis because, as they mentioned in the pregame, he is sitting third in the all-time leading scorers in Illini Central history. Great, prolific three-point shooter. Unfortunately, right there, Parker cut to the ball right in front of Brody. Slow down, Will. Preston, that's a good shot for you. Off the front of the rim. Will, I like the rebounding. He played the entire JV game. Here's Meyer drives. He pulls it back out. Up top to Rice. Ryder's right there. That's off. Going to hit the top of the backboard and bounce over. And it's 9-9. Carter Flaherty checks back in. He's going to get Will Durbin. Good minutes from Durbin. Got 56 of you out there watching with me. Glad to have you on this Friday night. Illini Central Riverton. Brody, spin move. Tries to get himself some space, and it does, and he hits it. And the Cougars lead 11-9. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Illini Central right there competing. Doesn't appear, we're boxing one. We're boxing one. Flaherty's responsibility is Rice. Everybody else is playing his zone right now. Ball out to Hartleb, down low to Johnson. Stay in front because you don't have the same amount of help. Ball goes to the top. That's Stevens. He goes right through it. That's what I meant. He misses that easy layup. He's probably frustrated with himself. He's like, I don't think I could have been any more open, and he was. Off to Flaherty. Flaherty looks. Where's he going to go? Here comes Brody off of a screen from Ryder. I don't know. That foul's on number 5. That's 2 on Julian. No? Did he call? He called it on 5. That's 2 on Julian Rice. Coach is going to leave him in. He knows what. One of the hardest things as a coach, because I relived one of the last varsity games. That was close. What I was going to say is the last varsity game I ever coached was 7 years ago last night, and you go look back and you wish you don't. Sometimes you don't take your best players out when they have to. You trust them, and that's one of the hardest things you can do. It's 5 team fouls. Here's where you hear the crowd say something like, the fouls are 5-0 because they are 5-0, which is unusual in as physical as today's game can be. Parker Umback misses the first. Get one out of 2, Parker. Don't waste a trip to the free throw line. Will's going to check back in. And Parker misses both of them, unfortunately. Rebound down to Rice has got it. Or do we stay boxing one? We do. I like what we're doing, but Carter's got to do a better job of defending. Here's Stevens, kicks it back. Other people have to be ready to help. That's Johnson in the lane. Nice way to dig in there for Ryder. Ryder does a good job of getting after it. Will Durbin's going to go now. I assume he's going to get, I don't know who he's going to get. No, they pull him back. They change their mind. Now a little bit of full court pressure with 15 seconds to go. Parker's going to break it by himself, but he's got to keep that dribble in front. Asking him to do something, got to stay with Rice. We could have fouled him. We didn't. And by fouled him, this is rough. That's a pretty good quarter. It's a pretty good quarter for the Cougars, who lately have been trying to find some inspiration. Tonight they seem to have it. It's senior night. Now, here's the key. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it. You got to keep it. What has to happen is when they make a run, and they're going to, from the things I've heard about them, they are going to be aggressive. They are going to play full court defense. They're going to adjust. They're well coached. So we have to keep our confidence and play through mistakes. Try not to let them stack up. That's one of the keys. I'll do it early because otherwise I'll forget. Hey, it's almost to the end of the year, so we're actually prepping for next year for Illini Central fans. Hit subscribe so whenever I post something, whatever it is, you see it, you know about it. Whether you click the like or not, I appreciate it, but if you don't, that's fine too. The bell is the best part because that notifies you when something gets posted to the sports network. Let's say this summer I find an old VHS tape with an Illini Central Classic on it or something, and I get that on the computer and uploaded. You're going to get a notification because of the bell that I posted something to there. So, again, just a convenience for our fans, Riverton fans. You're welcome to as well. Number 24 is in. He played in the JV game, I'm pretty sure. That's Stevens. I'll check 24's name. Hard to look down, and so everybody else was out there. And it's a foul probably on Will. Rice was probably told during the timeout or the quarter break to be a little bit more aggressive. Coach Hartlib wasn't, he's like, okay, I didn't say much in the first quarter. That's Carter with a fall-away jump shot, no good. Here's Rice over on the right side with it. Yo-yos his dribble. Looks like he wants to do dribble weave. 24 is Hayden Baker. I love the names that are going to be easy to remember. That's Meyer up top to Bliven. Bliven off to Rice. He's going to say some. Yep, they're going to call that a foul. And that's on Preston Clark. 11-11. And that will send Cashton Bliven to the free throw line with an opportunity to give the Hawks the lead back. Hits the first. Parker Umback checks in. Preston Clark will check out. Be interested to see if we stay boxing one. And the free throw is good, so it's 13-11 in favor of the Hawks. Again, Parker Umback brings it up. Now is when we need to get it out of his hands and get it back. Kick out to Parker. Give it to Brody there. Good. Take your time. Brody backs him in, and it bounces out. It'd be nice to try to get himself at an angle to where he could use the glass. That's Stevens. He goes up, misses. Rebound down to Will Durbin. Number 4 is getting ready to come back in. That's Jaden Hartlib. Number 30 is Giberson. And number 10, that is Johnson. So they'll be back to starters real quick like. That ball's short. Rebound down to Rice. Rice will push it into the front court, give it off to Baker. Baker swings it to Bliven. That's a 3. It's off. Brody brings in the rebound, and we give it back to Carter Flaherty. Got to be careful putting the ball in front of James Stevens. I got a feeling he's going to pick his pocket if he doesn't get up there. Parker Umback for 3. That's long, and Will Durbin chases for it. Ball gets knocked by Baker, but tracked down by Stevens. Are going to go the other direction. Off to Rice on the right side. Rice, man, he's got good ball handling skills and quick. He gets into the lane like nothing, just rims out. Like I said, I've heard his name a lot this year, and then he gets a hand on that one. So like I said, the 3 starters for Riverton that were out are back in. Flaherty comes out, Durbin comes out. In comes Preston Clark and Parker Schwar, who's a freshman. Played the entire JV game as well. Into Umback. Try to set good screens for Brody. I'm going to run a set play for him, and we're going to get a travel / double dribble there. Try to set Brody up. That's one of those plays that works well about once. So unfortunately, you get about a chance to run that. Well, against a good team, you get a chance to run that. Ooh, that's a Bliven tracks down the bad pass from Giberson. I'm going to call a blocking foul there. Nope, I don't know what. Call that one on Preston Clark. That's 2 on him. Coach Burks was a little frustrated with that one because now we're in that point where we're gonna. What is the consistent call? Rice takes it out. You know what that means? He's probably gonna box out. Johnson gets the rebound. Rice hits that one. Don't have ages on my roster. No, yeah, I do. Never mind. I apologize. Julian Rice is only a junior. Clark throws it away. That's number 4, and I mentioned it at the quarter break. That's a nice play by Preston Clark. We really need the bucket there. Ryder gets it, goes up, and he gets fouled. That's a way to fight for it, and he's got a chance to go to the free throw line. Now, like I said, what I was saying in between the quarters, what happens to us is we start to get upset, and that's a foul on Rice. That's his 3rd. So now I don't see a situation where he stays in the game. Ryder gets the free throw. That's huge. And Julian Rice may be done for the next 4 minutes and 18 seconds. On Coach Burks' end of the gymnasium, that is not a bad sight to see their best player on the bench and with 3 fouls as he was just getting ready to starting to heat up a little bit. That last shot he hit was tough. The one that rimmed out on him, he just went right through us. So that was he was just starting to get going. So now what you have to do, if you're Illini Central, if you're us, you've got to make sure when we go in at the half, it's as close as can be, or we can be in the lead while their hot hand is on the bench. And I know you're listening at home thinking, wow, that was really brilliant. But it's true. Of course you need to do that. But it's going to come down to they've gotten a few rebounds, a couple offensive rebounds, a couple trips in a row. So we'll see. We've not seen much full court pressure yet either. That's the other thing. That's always looming from what I've been told about them. I've heard the words run and jump together, and that is usually a disaster, especially when you're missing a guard like we are. Bliven with it. Bliven gets into the lane. Well, Ryder takes it away. Well, I tell you what, when Ryder wants to get after it defensively, or when he does, he can change the game. We need to set screens for Brody. I think sometimes we don't do a very good job of that. Number 12, Stevens checks back in. He's going to get number 2, Cashton Bliven. James Stevens checks in. Give it to Umbach. Claypool with it. Goes behind his back. Skips it under or across the court to Flaherty. Kicks out to Umbach. Parker's going to shoot a 3. It's going to hit the back of the rim. Rebound down to Giberson. He pushes it himself. He's going to go all the way in. Kicks it to Stevens. Reverses it out to Baker. Baker for a 3. It's off. Umbach had it. Folks corrals it, and Will's all by himself. Ooh. Hustled into the front row. Number 4, Graydon Hartleb. Man, he hustled after that. Got a smile on his face. It's tough. He's going to come out, though. It's a good hustle. Tyler Meyer checks in for him. Lucky he didn't get hurt, though. He didn't have any time to throttle down before he got to the front row. Over to Ryder. This is one of those possessions where you, oh, nice hands by Meyer. Brody shoots a fall away. Rebound down to Baker. He was going to take it himself. He gives it off to Stevens. Carter almost got it, didn't get it. Nice play by Giberson to save that. How did he do that? As he was falling down, he knew he couldn't grab it, so he just pokes it towards the middle of the court. His teammates go get it. Ethan Giberson with a really tricky little play there. Up top, here's Stevens, dumps it down to Baker. Like I said, I swear he played in the JV game. Yeah, he did. I just glanced over to the JV side of the roster. Riverton with a nice little roster that I can actually see all the players real well, not like what I get usually. Use the shot clock in the JV game just to practice. We've been doing that here, just trying to get used to having to use it next year. Right now, this possession and our last possession was, the way they're calling it, that's a foul. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I kind of like it. Shouldn't be able to put two hands on people all the time. Sound like my dad. Up top to Johnson, over to Giberson, trying to get two looks there, either the three or the layup on the other side. Johnson with it, back to Meyer, just running offense. He gets into the lane, he's quick. We don't hardly contest that at all, unfortunately, and it's 19-13. And what I just said is we wanted to be within range, so it would sure be nice to get some points here with just a minute and 30 to go. We definitely need to finish the quarter on a good offensive note. There's Brody with it. Nice pass to Ryder. Ryder got to go up with it. Boy, really need that, Carter. Comes down. Will keeps it alive. Ryder, a little, we're going to call a jump ball. It'll be Illini Central basketball. Preston and Parker check in. Will and Carter check out. That was a nice block. I think it was by Johnson. I can't, I'm watching my own broadcast on my right, on a screen to my right, but nice play by the Cougars, and they get that. Now we got to get a stop. Did Rice come? No, he's not. He's still on the bench. Thankfully for Illini Central, he's still over there. I was thinking he might get subbed in for offensive purposes, but they're going to ride out the first half, it looks like, with him on the bench. Johnson with it. He gives it off to Stevens for three. We don't want that to go in, and it doesn't. Rebound down to Claypool. He's going to take it himself. Ryder's serving the court. Nice back cut by Preston Clark, and he makes it. That's a good basketball play. And now with 40 seconds to go, what I was talking about, now got to get a stop to end the half. Whether you end up tied, it's better. You're going to get a timeout. At first, I thought he might get called for travel. Not that I thought he did, but I wasn't sure. It was a weird situation here. Now that's what happens. Rice just checked back in. You know, that's the thing. When your team's coached well, he knows what he's doing. Rice is going to probably be told to be careful driving. Somebody try to take a charge. So that's where a positive for Illini Central would be to have Dom Blair in there. Dom loves to take charges. Reminds me of a kid named Riley Entwistle, kid named Max May back in my coaching days, who loved to take charges. So that would be the only negative thing with Rice in the game, is if he got called for a charge or if he accidentally reached in. But he doesn't appear to be the kind of kid who's going to pick up a silly foul when he knows he's got three. So 19-17 in favor of in favor of Riverton. Illini Central on a little bit of a run, hanging in here. Let's see what they try to run. We are still in a box and one. The problem is the four guys get lazy, and then you're leaving stuff open. So we got to make sure that we don't fall for anything in terms of the other 4 guys. He's going to pop to the top. Did a good job of switching. Parker's got to come over and make him throw an extra pass. This is Baker for 3. Good hustle by Ryder. Rebound down to Parker with a great box out. Hopefully that was noticed. And the Cougars in the first half only down 2 as they've played really, really well, done a lot of good things, and competed on every possession, which I've said multiple times is the key to our season. And it actually has been the entire time. Riverton's played well. Sure, the fouls early may have got them off their game a little bit, but we'll see. Rice still has 7 of the 19, and Brody's got 6 of our 17. So if you've watched any of our broadcasts, well, all year long, you know, during the Palms routine, unfortunately, I have to mute it. There's copyrighted music obviously being played, so if I don't mute it, it's going to get muted anyway. So I will leave it on the screen so you can see it, but when it goes quiet, you'll know why. So, all right. Glad to have you with me. I'll be back after about 9 minutes. All right. Well, both teams have hit the court. We got about just under 2 minutes to go till the start of the second half. Usually during these, I like to look at what kind of adjustments do I think are going to be made at halftime. I think Coach Burks has got to keep doing what he's doing until it stops working. I would be surprised if we don't see some level of full court pressure from Riverton to try to speed up the game a little bit. I've got Max Preps up over here on one of my computer screens, and this is probably one of the lowest scoring halves they've had. Gosh, they average, again, I made a joke about my mathematics, but, they score a lot of points, and don't see many other games where they've been, too low on the point total. So they're probably going to want to get the game going at a little bit quicker pace than what it is right now, because they seem like they can handle it. So be interested to see how that plays out. We're going to find out. And much as the same speech that I made at the end of the first quarter, I will make to start the third quarter. We have got to handle whatever runs they have. Got to make sure we're ready to handle those. Starters are back, and they come right out with a three. Miss it. Rebound goes off of us, out of bounds. We got to have that rebound. We have got to have it. That's not about, I've said this before on my the other broadcast. It's not always about boxing out. It's one of those old school things that we talk about, almost run it into the ground. It's about going and getting the basketball. You've got to have guys that want to go get the basketball. Johnson shoots it. He almost didn't want to shoot it, it appeared, but he decided he would take it anyway. Ryder's going to bring it up. 21-17 in favor of the Hawks. I guess nice. Brody's going to get it. Nice pass by Ryder. Ryder's active tonight. When active Ryder is, we kind of go how he goes, to be completely honest. What I was saying about the rebounding thing, though, is I watched Dennis Rodman for years get rebounds over guys that were a lot bigger than him in the NBA. And I know he's an NBA player. He's not a Class 1A or 2A basketball player in the middle of Illinois. That being said, he would just go get it. That's a nice pass inside to number 4, Hartlob. If we're going to stay box and one against him, there are going to be things that we're going to have to do. And in that box and one, you would just as soon, really, more than anything, is they shoot threes and just hope they miss them. Parker with the crossover. Will's got it. Will's going to give it off to Preston. Preston's going to shoot a fall-away three that rims out. Will had a hand on it, but they'll get it. Julian Rice with a bullet pass to Giberson, and he's going to get fouled, and then we would have got a foul there, too, on that one. What a pass from Rice. As I'm sitting here with my Luka Doncic t-shirt on, and as a huge Lakers fan, and Magic Johnson was always my favorite, nothing better in a game, no matter whether it's high school, middle school, college, or the NBA, than a really sweet pass. You can have somebody hitting a jump shot. I'll take the guy that sees a teammate, gets it to him in a situation where they can make good things happen. And Giberson gets to the free throw line and pays it off for his teammates' good vision. Now, here's what I said. There's the full court press. I heard the whistle blow, and I couldn't see the official down by where the ball was being inbounded. I thought we were going to call a 5 seconds again. I was like, I'm going to see something for the first time in 30 years of being around it where they call 2 5 seconds on an inbounds. So right there, I mentioned it a few times, it's a 5-point game. We've got to do what we can right now to get and take care of the basketball. Again, because the other thing is, for both of these teams, and I'll bring the regional brackets up in the fourth quarter, but we're getting ready for Monday. We've got to stack positive plays in this game together to get ready for Monday. This game, the conference has already been won. There was a look at the touchdown pass. Ryder doesn't take it. Sorry, I had the camera on half court instead of on the end. But we get it in. We get what we want. Brody for a three. That's a deep one, and it rims out. Preston goes to the rebound. Doesn't get it. Rice comes down with the rebound. That's not a bad decision by Ryder. We got to help him quickly. That's going to be a block call. The problem with a young player who hasn't played as much or doesn't think the game that way, you have to lean towards Julian Rice. You can't be worried about, and this is no offense to the other 4 players. There's a shot by number 4, Hartleb. That's off. That's a nice box out rebound by Parker Umbach. You've got to have your head knowing, eyes knowing where Julian Rice is. Give it to him. Trying to post up Brody. Parker's going to come and set a ball screen over to why do I say it? Carter. Brody shoots a fall away. Rather see him just plant his feet and go up and shoot it, but rebound down to Bliven. Bounce pass to Giberson. Back up. Reverse quickly to the top to number 2. That's Bliven. That's off. Rebound down to Parker Umbach. The rebounding has been fantastic tonight. At times, they're high school kids. Oh, that's another play by Giberson. Good night. That's a smart basketball play. What a great play by that kid. Ethan Giberson knew he couldn't get it, so he just bats it to their end, and then one of his teammates runs out, gets it, they get a layup. We need a basket right now. We need to not have a sophomore mistake right now. We've got to keep the ball in Preston Clark's hands and Brody's hands. Right there. Oh, got to make that pass better. Ooh, that's a travel. And Rice goes all the way in and scores. And this is that run that I was talking about. Needed to have the ball in the hands of Ryder and Preston and Brody in that situation. Parker looked like he tweaked his knee a little bit. Got to get this rebound if Rice misses it. If there's any chance that he misses this free throw, because like I said, right now you went from that play that Giberson made. That's just a winning basketball play. That kid, that's unbelievable. I love that stuff. As a person who used to coach, I can't say I'm a coach anymore because I'm not, just in case someone's listening. But it's such a smart basketball play. I hate to just keep going on and on and on about it. Over to Brody. It's going to be off Brody's knee. Rice with it. We're back to, yeah, I can't tell for sure. Yeah, we're back to man now. That's Rice. Rebound down to Will. Got to go back to it. Kicks off to Johnson. He hits it. Throws it up to Ryder. Ryder does the right thing by not trying to give it off to Will. They're going to call a foul there on the floor. Ryder made the right choice there to not throw it to Will. Not because of Will, because it was a situation where he was going to have to catch it in a way that he didn't want to catch it. I'm going to call that out on them. Man, this is really hurting us right now. And that's Hartleb with the layup. I don't know. Parker's going to check back in. He doesn't look like. Preston being guarded by Rice. He's down in a stance as a coach would want him to be. Up to Parker Swore, who checked in a moment ago. Brody all the way to the rim. Rims out. Rebound down to Hartleb. He gives it off. Nice steal by Preston Clark. He's going to lose it to number 2, Bliven. No help on the other side there. Swore gets called for the foul, and they finish there. Like I said, this is what happens to us. it gets us in these situations where we just now are breaking down defensively. Ryder drives, nice pass into Parker, and again, this is what I've said all season long. You just can't have those runs where you just play out of control, make silly decisions. There's got away with it. I don't know where everybody was on help side defense there. That was inexcusable. Tried to skip it back out. Basketball's in Bliven's hands, skips it to Baker. Baker had Johnson. Over to Rice. That's Bliven. Johnson's wide open because of the defense. You still have to rotate over. Like I said, it sounds silly to somebody that doesn't know basketball, but what you end up doing is just trying to make them have to hit jump shots. You don't want to get killed by Julian Rice, and if guys make jump shots, then that's just the way that it is, but you can't give up layups when they're playing the box and one. Ryder tries to get it into Parker. Johnson on the breakaway. Ryder, that's travel. Ryder did a good job of hustling back and causing that. Minute 30 to go here in the third. Preston Clark gets it. He's guarded by Rice. So with 1:18 to go, it's 38-21 in favor of the Hawks. It's been a rough third quarter for the Cougars. Turn the ball over too many times. And if you remember, again, kind of going over it for the fourth time, that play by Giberson, it's like a 4-point game at that time. 4 or 5, no, it might have been 8, even if it's 8. From that moment on, it's been kind of gone in the wrong direction. So it'll be Illini Central basketball. Stevens, Hartleb, Baker, Rice, and Bliven are the 5 for the Hawks. Clark, Swore, Umbach, Claypool, and Folks for Illini Central. That's got to be a yeesh. Throws it ahead to Stevens, kicks back to Rice. Needed to find him in transition. It's off. Folks comes down with the rebound. Brody will push it the other way, gives it back to Preston, over to Parker. Parker comes back. The other thing that the Hawks have done is they've just turned up the defensive intensity. Nice move by, that's a nice move by Ryder. Here comes Rice around there to Stevens, because a lot of their guys don't even, they're very disciplined. They're not just chucking up threes. Baker skips. Stevens pass fake, and call out a travel. So 22.5 to go here in the third quarter. Illini Central trails 38-23. Parker does a good job of handling it, gets it across, picks it up, gives it to Ryder. Ryder gets into the line, tried to drop it off to Swore. I want to see Ryder shoot that. I'd rather him shoot that. Not because of who he's thrown it to, but because of where he's at. Brody's going to come. Nice run. They run the play well, do the Cougars. This is a reminder for Hartleb, but nope, rims out. So that little bang logo that you see on the NBA games and some of the college games now, we were doing it last year. We were doing it first. So I've said that all year long. Let's look at their regional bracket. So you see at the bottom there, Riverton's the 6th seed. They take on Beardstown in Riverton on Monday at 6 p.m. And then the winner of that game moves on to play in Williamsville on Wednesday night against Rochester, the 3 seed. On the other side of their bracket, Auburn and Tri-City play in Auburn on Monday as the 7-10, and then they'll move on to play the host Williamsville on Wednesday, both games on Wednesday, and then championship a week from tonight. It's regional championship time a week from tonight already. Our regional, I've shown it before, we're on the very bottom as well. We host Camp Point Central here in the Cougar Den on Monday night. It says the time is to be determined. I bet it's 6. I took this screenshot over a week ago. So we'll play Camp Point Central, and then the winner of West Prairie and Augusta Southeastern will be who will play that next game in Tremont. So as we start the fourth quarter, Illini Central basketball. Looks like Tyler Myers checked in, number 20. Bad pass, leads to a turnover. There's a shot by Stevens. It's long. Nice box out by Parker Swore there. That's what I was just saying, like, that's part of the breakdown of the box and one was we were giving up layups when we were more willing to give up jump shots just because we'll adjust from there. That's the frustrating thing about that run in the third quarter that's got us behind. Oh, that's darn it. So Rice finishes. Ryder gets called for the foul. The pass that was thrown to him was not very good, and that's how that turnover happened. (41-26) in favor of the Hawks. We get it into Brody, all the way in the corner. He drops it off to Parker. Can't do that. Ball gets tipped. Rice is guarding Preston Clark. But like I said, Preston's a sophomore. He gets it out to Brody. Brody does a nice job of planting his feet there and hits that one. Hartleb will bring it up. Gives it off to Stevens. That's Meyer. He gives it to Rice. Kicks it out. There's, again, I know some of the guys are tired. I get it. But that's just a lack of hustle on defense is what that is. You're not, the bad thing, too, is you're running that box. You don't have to even go that far. Carter checks in for Preston. Get it into Flaherty. Flaherty bringing it up. Gives it off to Ryder. Ryder does a good job of jump stopping. Misses the left-handed layup. Rebound down. Over to Meyer. Meyer up top. Stevens dribbles in, gives it to Johnson. He's been a nice player too. He's hit some free throw line, baseline jump shots. He's made some good basketball plays. Is Johnson a senior? No, he's a he's a senior. That shot rims in. 5:40 to go. Carter Flaherty bringing it up. Brody shoots the long three, misses it, rebound down. Swar's going to check in. There's back to Myers, Stevens. They're just relentless. They really are. This Riverton team just plays really hard. Rice gets a steal there. Parker looks at Brody like, I don't want to bring that thing up. I am gassed. I'll give Parker credit. He has played his tail off all night. He's going to shoot a three there. It's going to rim out. Rebound down to Hartlub. He'll push the other way. Number 10, Johnson with it. Over to Meyer. He drives, kicks it to Hartlub. He'll shoot a three. That's going to rim out. Rebound down to Johnson. And Parker kicks it out of bounds. Number 2, Bliven checks in. Swore, Clark, and Landon checks in. Sorry, I was making sure we're getting people come out in the corner. Bliven goes to the top. Rice comes off. It's a variation of America's play. He's so quick. Gets all the way to the rim. That'll give him 17. It's funny, I haven't been looking at the stats board, but Johnson's got 21. And when Rice was out, quickness and athleticism, can't teach it, and that is what Rice is. Sheesh. And he's got a whole year left. I wonder where he's sitting points-wise. Parker for a long three, rebound down. Clark fouls. They've got, let's see, they got Baker, Giberson. 32 is Logan Ledoux. Who am I missing? Nope, I got him. Hank Nance checks in, one of our seniors. Preston Clark stays out there. Parker Umback goes in. Brody's out there. Landon's out there. 3:30 to go. 54-28. There's a three. That might be one of the first threes since real early in the game for the Hawks. Brody will bring it up, guarded by number 20, Tyler Meyer. And they say it's our ball. Preston and Parker check out. Like I said, Parker's played his tail off tonight. Hank Nance with it. Brady McLaughlin came in to get it. He throws it away. That's Tyler Meyer with it. He gives it off to Stevens. Stevens finishes. Hudson Schaub goes to the bench to check in. There's Landon McGinnis with it. Sorry, the camera's on the wrong end of the court. Got to watching it myself. Brody shoots a three and hits it. Brody Folks will check out. I don't think there was another sub. Number 20, Meyer goes all the way in and finishes. Nothing better than seeing the kids that don't get to play very much get a chance to get in there on senior night. Like I said, Hank getting in there. Landon getting in there. Hank just came to Illini Central this year. Seems to be a really good kid. Haven't been around him a whole lot. Baker with the steal. I've said it before on a broadcast, Landon McGinnis is one of the nicest, most respectful kids I've ever been around. He's a good kid. And good to see him get in here on senior night, get a chance to get to play. Like I said, Hank started off that game with that three for us. That was throw it ahead to Meyer. Kicks it back out. That's Stevens. He's going to pull for three. That's short. Rebound down to 32. Logan Ledoux. They're going to hold it. Logan's a freshman. Going to get a timeout here, I think, to give our get a chance, I think, for the two seniors to come out and get a round of applause, I think. No. Give them a chance to get a round of applause. And get your seniors out so everybody can give them a round of applause on their last regular season home game and on their senior night. Probably some people don't know what's going on, but that's what was done in case you're watching at home. And I was just saying, you got kids that don't play as much and then you take them right out. Well, you wanted to hopefully have the fans give them a round of applause. Tyler Meyer hasn't quit playing hard. Played hard all the way till the very end. And we end the game tonight 63-31 as we get ready for the regional. And to be completely honest, I watched the game that our opponent played last night. You know, we just we're comparable in terms of each other. Look like size-wise. I mean, you can never tell from the TV or the computer, so you never know. But everybody, like I said, everybody's 0-0 going into Monday night at 6 p.m. It doesn't matter how you were playing. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you were playing. It doesn't matter what your record is. You have an opportunity if you go out in the postseason and focus and understand that the season's over. It's self-fulfilling on that regional game. You kind of going to get what you put into it. So Coach Burks will be up here after he talks to the kids. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about Monday night. And so if you want to tune in to see what we talk about, great. If you're from Riverton, we wish them well as they go into the postseason on Monday. And we'll be back. Like I said, I'll be back here Monday night to broadcast the regional quarterfinal game between Illini Central Cougars and Camp Point Central. So Coach Burks will be up here in a minute. I'm going to mute it right now, start tearing some stuff down, and then I'll get him on here and we'll talk about tonight and Monday. If you're tuning, if you're going away, I appreciate it. Appreciate you listening, and I'll talk to you Monday. Otherwise, be back in a minute. All right, so I'm here with Coach Burks. Hey, you know what? I tell you, I thought we did some good stuff.
Yeah.
I thought we did. I mean, I thought early we did a good job. I thought we executed what your game plan was. It was obvious you and I didn't talk before the game about what you were going to do. I hopefully, after all the years I've coached, could figure out what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked until we got tired.
Yeah.
And
then, their pressure, when you don't have a point guard, it eventually wears you down. And then the emotions of senior night and all that kind of took over.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that first half, I mean, that's winning a regional game on Monday type effort and execution. And
absolutely.
And again, I just told them, and I think they believe this based on last year. But
I hope so, yeah.
It's going to look different on Monday. It's going to feel different. It just is. And we just need that kind of effort. And I thought, the 5 seniors set off on a good tone to start the game.
Yeah.
That was hard on, it's hard on Landon and Hank to, play that, get the start and then play box and one against an all-stater. Hank did a great job and buried a 3. And then, it was fun. I mean, we made some big plays. And, in the second half, they hit a couple shots early. We weren't, and then it gets spread out. But, yeah, this was not a 32-point game at all. It was very competitive. So,
and I think that sometimes you got to give the other team credit too. Like they made some good basketball plays. Like there were a couple just smart, like that Giberson kid. That time he dove on the floor and hit it to the other end, and they get it. That was right when they made that run.
Yep.
And I thought the guys played hard tonight. I thought it was something to build on going to Monday because, like I said, Coach Geezer would always say, it's 0-0. Everybody's records is nothing, 0, no wins, no losses come Monday.
Nope, and headed back into 1A, and it'd be nice to be home and hosting it. But yeah, I mean again, if you check in and say, I knew it was going to be a 30-point game. That was,
right.
I mean, it was a dogfight, and you could tell we impacted them,
right.
which is fun to do with our box and one, and got them out of it, and and then they had to have to kind of talk about it, and they obviously
Yep.
You know, we're able to work on it, but we weren't going to play them man-to-man and win, so we're going to stay in the box and one and hope that they miss shots. So.
And we talked about I guess I talked about that. Like, you go box and one, like, the times you probably weren't happy with it was when you're giving up a layup or something in the lane, when you're really kind of just would rather than shoot threes.
Yeah, right, yeah, just shoot a bunch of threes and hopefully miss.
Yeah, and but anyway, it's one of those things we've also talked before that it's something different, and they haven't done it as much, and they got to stay focused on what they're doing. But I thought they played hard. I thought there's nothing to hang their heads about.
No, played well, and with Dom and with a point guard, that makes a big difference.
Right,
we had to use Parker Umbach to handle the ball today, and that's not what Parker Umbach typically does.
Right, and he played it. He did a great job.
Yep.
I mean, he did everything he could do for you in that situation.
Yeah, and JV team had another great game. They're gotten so much better, and it was good. It'll be fun. I hope people come out Monday. It'd be nice to see this kind of crowd on Monday for a regional game. So.
Right, I agree. Well, Coach, got the weekend to get ready, and we'll be back here on Monday night then.
All
so
righty,
thanks for sitting in with me. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on Monday night. All right, Cougar fans, it was nice talking to you. I appreciate you calling the game for you. Glad you're able to listen. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're in the gym on Monday. And but otherwise, if you're not, I'll be glad to bring you the game on Monday night. So take care. Have a great weekend. I'm hoping I wasn't going to have to say stay warm again for a while, but yeah, stay warm again. And it's back to winter, I guess. So take care. Thanks for tuning in.